I don't think I've used that intro for a while. Okay, let's see. Can I boot everything up without everything dying? Let's see. Code, nice. Music, nice. Um, yeah, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so, what I do? I mean, it's only been like 2 or 3 days since the last stream. So, I was working on like getting the pull timestamps and also some of the support server stuff. I think I also did a little bit of unlink. By a little bit, I mean a lot of unlink. All of these are untested though, so I think the plan is to test these, and then we'll be able to figure out what the hell is going on. See what's broken and whatnot. Because it's kind of important to know that. I haven't tested like any of the supporter side for like quite a while, so we'll have to check. It was also the config menu. That's what config menu. We were doing the whole time select menu. Still don't have the server pool channel, but all of these should work properly. I always say should. All these seem like they would work, right? So at least we get to test them, because we're gonna have to test like the timestamps and try to get that working. Hate doing that, but must be done. Speaking of which, I think I implemented one of the timestamps. Oh, it was in the queue. I remember that. Where's the queue? It's right here. Yeah, so I was... What did I code in? Oh, I coded in this. I coded in this thing. Yeah. So, like... complicated, but, like... Yeah. So, it basically just offsets the days if, like, you know... If a poll's already been sent today and there's supposed to be 2 polls in a day, it'll offset it by 1 because there's already been a poll sent. So that's what I think this probably does. I hope. But I actually don't know. So what we can do is we can test that. Let's try and test some of these things. Also, hello, bruh. Let's see. What can we do? Let me switch over to our fancy Discord. And, well, I mean, I gotta run the bot first. Hold on. Let's run the bot. Open up that command prompt that we always love. The right one? Yeah, there we go. Should work. There a... No, there's not. I thought there was a transparency option. You made it, yeah. Thank you, bro. You finally made it. No. Damn, fetch. I switched over the cache.gets to fetches, and they just don't work for some reason. Cannot read properties of undefined. Reading fetch. You missed the last stream because of gaming. Oh, I see. That's fine. You can miss any of the streams. It's alright. Man, I hate that this just randomly breaks stuff. Fetch. Fetch. So, let's see. Where is this going through? We have time loop 480. But it actually wraps all the way back around to 35. Okay. Let's try 35 then. Take a look. See how we could fix it. I think 35 is where I changed that. Yeah. This used to be a cache.get. Now it's a fetch. So, yeah. Question from one of my previous polls. Okay, yeah, go ahead. What refresh rate? I have two monitors. This monitor is technically 144 hertz, and then the one on the right of it is 60, and they're both 1080. But I don't make much use of it. I have 144 hertz here. I could be gaming right now, but like, I just don't game that much. I don't know. I haven't played like any games. Well, I say technically because, you know, I'm not streaming at 144. It's not loud, but this is 144. I think it might like make it a little weird on frame rate, like going towards 60 FPS, but yeah. But I just don't use it that much. I don't know. I've had the monitor for a while, though. I don't even think they sell the monitor anymore. I looked on Amazon, I'm like, oh. I can't find any trace of this monitor existing ever. So, I don't know. It's an Acer. It's one of, I don't know. I don't know what model, I don't know what thing. But it's an Acer. I think it might be 27 inches. It's been so long since I've gotten them. Yeah, it's just been ages. You have an Acer too? Yeah. So I got matching Acers, but they had like a model above that has like a kind of goldish frame. Like the stand for it's got like an orange sort of thing on it. Odd, but yeah. About the one that could be set to 165. Jeez. That's a very odd hertz rate, but huh. Yeah, I don't think I would ever really need anything above 144. Quality though, like, ooh, if 4K monitors were like, and not $800, like, ooh. You have it set to 144. So does it have like G-Sync or something? Because I looked at it before and I was like, oh, G-Sync. Yeah, it does. Okay, because typical monitors can't just change frame rate unless it's like a multiple of 2 or whatever. So that's nice. I haven't G-Syncs. I've just been looking at monitors and people like really want G-Sync because it just makes everything look better because it just makes sense. But yeah, you stream at 120, blends it and makes it stream look smoother. Oh, huh. I thought you were only allowed to send 60 frames though. But that's interesting. I don't think I have the upload speed to accompany that though. I just have the basic, you know, not asking for more upload speed, 10 megabits per second. So, yeah, pretty decent download speed, but everything else is a big no. Hello, loaf of bread. Welcome back. Yeah. I just don't use the monitor frame rate that well. You only have 1 megabits, 10 megabits per second. Yeah, for upload. Yeah, that's like the standard. Like, okay, normal people are only gonna need 10 megabits per second, but if you're a pro gamer and or stream, I mean, the only thing that needs more than 10 megabits per second is probably streaming. Or, I mean, maybe like uploading things to Google Drive. That'd be kind of helpful, but yeah. Download speed's pretty darn good though. I got that like 250. Uploading is a pain. Yeah, exactly. It's horrible. I'm glad I could stream at 60 FPS 1080, I think. Pretty sure. 22, damn. It's a very odd number, but that's a lot better. Yeah, uploading stuff just sucks. Like, I was considering, because I do a lot of YouTube, like, I was like, oh, that'd be great if, like, someone else could help me record stuff, and then I could edit it. But then it's like, okay, well, then they have to upload it, and they probably have 10 megabits per second. So uploading a video that's like maybe 10 gigabytes is gonna take like an hour or two or three. I don't know. What? How much? Okay, 10 megabits per second divided by 8 times 10 times 1,000 divided by 60. 2 hours? I don't know if I did that math right. I'm trying to turn bits into bytes, and then the bytes into gigabytes, and then the gigabytes into time. I don't know if I did that correctly, but it might be like 2 hours to upload like a 10 gigabyte thing. But yeah. Uploading videos for YouTube, oof. Hours. And they're not even that long. It's 25 minutes was the last one I uploaded. It's just 25 minutes. It makes me cry. But anyways, what were we doing? We were going to test stuff. Oh, but we were also gonna fix freaking dot fetch. Is fetch such a pain? Okay, I think it's because you have to wait fetch. How many fetches are there? Await fetch. Await every single fetch there is. So I think they should be asynchronous. And then let's try it again. Let's see. Now it works. Nice. Okay, we just had to wait it. That's nice. OBS storage space is insane. Yeah. 1 gigabyte for a 15-minute clip. Well, actually, yeah. So I record when I go on VR chat. I always record my not screen, but like, you know, whatever the desktop preview of it is. 1080p, 60 FPS. I think a 3-hour turns into 40 gigabytes. 3 hours, 40 gigabytes. It's at really high quality though. Like, there's no artifacts or anything, but it's 40 gigabytes for 3 hours. So if we freaking divide that and carry the why can't I do math right now? I'm trying to like you can't see it, but like on the side, I'm just like going into the Windows search bar and just typing in like, okay, 40 divided by 3. Divided by 3? Why am I dividing by 3 again? Oh, because it's 3 hours. Divided by 60. Man, I don't know. But it seems to be like 13 gigabytes per hour. Or half a gigabyte per minute. Really? No, that's wrong. That's gotta be wrong. No, I just suck at math, alright? Come on. It's not like I just took a calculus class, like, you know, past 10 weeks. 7 gigabytes for 30 minutes. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. It's pretty awful. It sucks. And then when you open it in a video editor, it takes ages to load, and then it's so laggy when you play it back. Because there's no way it's going on an SSD. I don't have just money lying around, sadly, to buy like 1 terabyte SSDs. So, you know, unfortunately. But the bot's running now, so we can go into our dev server and we can set up the bot. Set up in this channel. It errors. Okay, let's see. Did I fetch when I shouldn't have? I feel like I might have. Let's see. 209. Message ID must be unique. Oh, okay. Message ID must be unique. Not unique. Message ID. Why is message ID not unique? Interesting, interesting. Yeah, SSD. I've been looking at it. Good to see you, Marvin, by the way. I've been looking at it. SSDs, they are, you know, getting down there. It's pretty nice. I just don't have them. I just don't have them. I don't know. I got hard drives. I don't got SSDs. But honestly, I don't really want to do any SSDs at the moment because I'm kind of just like saving up for just a new computer, honestly, because I've had this one for like 4, maybe 5 years. Something like that. The Art of Stealing, yeah. What am I working on right now? I'm working on... Well, the boot drive's an SSD, but it's like 128 gigabyte SSD, so it's like only the boot drive, right? And then I have a terabyte and then a 2 terabyte hard drive. So I got hard disk to spare, but I don't got no SSD, unfortunately. Yeah, and it always sucks because it just 1 petabyte's only 35,000. Oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll buy that later. 1 petabyte, that'd be kind of helpful. That'd be really helpful. Well, 1 petabyte of hard drive storage or SSD storage? That's the question. If it's hard drive, oh god, I don't even know if that would work, but yeah. Hardware. That sounds horrible. 1 petabyte? Oh no. Gonna take a day to find your freaking video within that hard drive. No, I'm sure it's not that bad, but like, oh my god. It's ought to be like just a bunch of hard drives connected, right? You can't just fit all that on a disk. It's impossible. Right? Right. I think. I don't know. That must be just like, I don't know, 50 super capacity hard drives or something. Where did this come from? 209 errored. 209 in the database is probably the set row or the create row. 209. Yeah, creates row. And it errored in setup. And way we went, we have to look through the path. So we waited for button response and we said this channel. We set up the current channel, and then it aired at some point. I do not know. Where might it err? Where is the database? Database. Set new poll. Yeah, so set new poll should be... Oh, I see. Message ID 1. Okay, so the way I've coded the bot is that if you have a message ID 0 or 1, that either means, like, respectively, the poll hasn't sent yet or aired while sending. I think they're just trying... Well, obviously they can't be unique if I'm doing that, so we gotta make it not unique. So, where is that pesky message ID? Get rid of that. Alright. Is there anything else that would be non-unique? Not really. No, I don't think so. I mean, not many things are labeled unique. Only 4. Alright, yeah, that works. So, I think we might have to alter the database, but this might work. Might just work running it again. Let's see. Set up this channel. No, unique. Okay, so we need to alter it. No worries. Database. Well, we could alter it, or we could just remove it outright. We'll alter it. If we remove it outright, then we're just starting with a blank slate. That always works, so we could always do that. Wait for it to alter. Boom, cool. I want to double check. The stats are still working. Updated a few seconds ago. Still has the same stats as earlier. Still don't know why this is 20 minutes, but you know. And let's try setup again. Set up this channel. And there was an error. Still unique. Okay. I guess you can't alter a unique once it's been added. That or Sequelize just doesn't do that with alter, I guess, but alright, then plan B, we go into our file explorer and we do a good old delete after I close it out. There we go. Gone. Cool. And then once we booted up the bot again, it'll put in all the filler data. Let's go back. There we go. Okay, so easy. And we can go over here. Got an essay to do. Yeah, I had to do an essay Tuesday. That was my last thing I had to do, though. I'm finally on spring break right now. But I wish you luck on the essay, and I appreciate you for stopping by. Set up this channel. Wow, finally works. Success. I'm just studying computer science, but it was a general education class that we had to take. And I still have to take next quarter. For help. Oh no. Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. Mine had to be on diversity. Well, actually not specifically. It was on justice. But the class in general was diversity. Health class, though. Essay. I never really took health class. On healthcare, it sucks. Yeah, that sounds kind of bad. I don't know what... I'm just not too familiar with it, but God. I really wish you luck, though. It's really hard to meet, like, word counts. It's supposed to be in class, but you just didn't submit it. Oh. Huh. Interesting. React. Okay. It just broke. Okay. I wanted to react just to see if, like, the reaction still worked, but obviously it doesn't. Let's see. Cannot read properties of undefined. Reading update. Model name. Database 221. Okay. I think I changed the name of something. But yeah, get working on that essay and try to do it before the deadline. I hope it's not tonight. I always start things like the day before it's due. So I'm not doing it on the day it's due, but I got a little bit of buffer. Because I also do not like doing things proactively. Unless it's easy enough, or unless I have, like, a schedule set for it already. We were just using message reaction. Okay. Update. Vote log. Yeah. Pretty sure it's plural, right? These tiny little things are messing everything up. This is vote logs. This is vote log. Which one's correct? Plural. Okay. Let's fix that. Here we go. And try running that again. Run it back. It should, or actually, it was updating vote logs. Okay, so I shouldn't be actually logged in, so I should probably be able to update it properly. Last time I was using Lua. Yeah, it is nice to see JavaScript. It's scary looking back at the other one. But JavaScript's very nice. I like it. I switched over because the JavaScript library for Discord is much more updated than the Lua one. And, JavaScript's used for web development too, so I might as well hit two birds with one stone, right? But yeah. JavaScript is the native one, yeah. So yeah, it's nice, having comments. We can... I always like to show it because it's funny, but I can open up the old... Where is it? The old Lua? Well, the Lua that's running right now. 0 comments. 0. Oh, it's terrifying, isn't it? Dear God. It's colorful, though. It's a lot of orange. JavaScript, a little bit less orange. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same. I just like this color thing. Yeah, and it's on one file, and it's got no comments. It's great. But it's unmanageable. I learned that the hard way. So, we're doing it in multiple files now. And it is nice. It's very nice. I can't wait to push this one out so I can actually, maintain the bot. But at least the other code works. Whatever I did code over there, which I can barely understand now, it works. It does its job. So, I don't know. It's kind of surprising, but cool. One big old blob code, but, what was I doing? I always forget what I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, I was going to check the reaction again. Oh, still errors. What? Pull queue. Pull queue is not defined. And it tried to add it to 65. Okay. 65. I hear this song way too much. That's better. Okay. Yeah, the new lo-fi playlist too. The shuffling, you know, I guess I just have bad luck, but I always hear the same exact songs. Even though there's 103 songs in the playlist I created, still hear the same stuff. What was erroring? It was the reaction ad still. Full queue was non-existent. Where even is pull queue? Pull queue? Hello? There's zero reference to pull queue. What in the world? I'm okay. So users voted. User hasn't voted. Sets their data in the vote data. Updates that, and then it updates the results in the current poll. Current poll. Okay. Okay. I think I see what's going on. We do need a poll queue. I believe. I wish we didn't, but I think we do, because how the poll queue works is that it's all in one JSON table. So if we update one value in that table, we can't really just like, we have to update the entire table, or else it'll just overwrite, sadly. Might be a better way to use that, but at least for now, we can get the poll queue, which would equal something. Database dot get row poll queues server ID, and then server data dot server ID. Kind of like that. And that should get the row. So I've been doing this server data dot server ID because this should be null if we're on the Discord wide poll. So hopefully, as you can see from this to-do list, hopefully it should, you know, work exactly the same for a server poll, except it just updates the server poll instead of the Discord one. So I haven't coded that in yet. I was thinking that might be a little too thought needing to do, so I was gonna wait on that, because thought, you know, big brain stuff requires me not talking, and I cannot stream without talking, or else you'd look at a wall of text. So poll queue. Poll queue, we need to edit the current poll in poll queue, but we don't know the current poll in poll queue. Do we? Oh, we really don't. Okay, so then we also need poll num. There's a wait database dot get row bot data server bot data ID, I think it is ID 1. I think that's where it is. Let me double check. Let's see our database. Bot data ID 1. Okay, yeah, that worked. ID 1, and then poll num is actually poll num equals poll num. Not that poll. Poll num dot. It's called. Is it also poll num? No, current poll. All right. Dot current poll. And then from there we can actually get the file that we're on. So from poll queue, the current poll will equal current poll queue poll num. That should work. And then we just have to edit the current poll in poll queue in order to do this. So then we'd have to like set something. Set pull Q. Yeah, just set pull Q pull num to equal current pull. And then that should overwrite the singular pull, and then we can update the entire pull queue with it. That should be the workaround, at least. And yeah, from there it should hopefully work. So let's go back to Discord, rerun the bot, and also keep tabs on the current vote thing. So we know that the current poll is test 1. So if we look in the database, which I'll open over here, database poll queues, the results are 32, 55, 4. So if we react to the last one, this one should update to 5 right here. That's the hope. And then if we react again, it shouldn't update at all. So let's take a look-see. And we can also refresh it right here. It'd still be the same. So let's see. React. An error. Cool. Let's check the database. Refresh. And it didn't update, it doesn't seem. Unless it updated the wrong results. I don't believe so. One question. Question 2 results are the same. Okay, so it doesn't seem to have updated. Let me double check. So if we use /help. Oh wait, it errored. I didn't even notice. Oh. Full num. Cannot read properties of null. Reading 0. Was pull Q null? I didn't realize it was errored because I don't have the command prompt up like it is displayed on screen, fortunately. This song's oddly loud. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. I love my piano remixes. Let's see though. 34. Alright, Crofts references stuff. 34. Pull Q pull num. Pull Q likely does not exist. We're getting the server ID, server data.server ID. But it's on a Discord message. Let me get this database out of the way real quick. So it's on a Discord message, or a Discord-wide poll message. So it shouldn't be taking the server ID, actually. That's completely wrong. To be getting either null for Discord-wide, or if it were a server-wide poll, it would get the server ID. But it isn't, so let's just set it to null for now. I'm probably going to change that to an if statement later. It'd be nice to get the server-wide polls working. So I might work on that a little later tonight, but we'll set it to null for now. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Hope you have a good night. Thursday night. Let's see. That should fix it. I mean, let's see how else. Wow, it still doesn't. Okay. Current poll.reactions. Current poll does not exist. Wow, okay. Intriguing. Current poll just straight up doesn't exist. Current poll equals poll Q poll num. We might have to do console logs, and I don't really like doing console.logs, but we might have to, unfortunately. I just hate doing that because it's so repetitive. I have to like do it, have an error, and do it again. It's like, ah, man. Can I figure out it without doing console logs? Pull num might exist, but then it might not exist that there's a pull num for this. What is the pull num on right now? It's on 0. Okay, so it should be the first thing in the list. So pull num should be all good. I don't see anything wrong with that. Pull Q, maybe not. Double check pull Q as well. Pull Q's server ID is null. And then we have the pull data. Oh wait, I don't think I went to pull data, did I? No, I don't think I did. Okay. So pull Q actually equals pull Q dot pull data. Like that. And that should hopefully fix it. There we go. Okay. So that's all good. Now we get to double check our database, see if it actually updated. Which one is it? Vote logs. No, it's not vote logs. It's pull queue, pull data. It should be that. Should have updated that. Refresh. Didn't update. It might be because I'm already in here. Actually, yeah, I am. This is my ID, Discord ID, and this is what I voted for. Option 0, which is the first option. Let's override that. Let's just, do a little bit of... Where's the save button? Write changes. I don't think I could write changes. Or apply. Apply and then write changes. Okay. That should allow us another vote. Fib the system. Cool. Let's take a look now. Refresh. I have indeed voted for 2. The third option. And if we look at poll queues, it updated. Wow, it's 5 now. Awesome. Okay, so we fixed that. That was just a small issue that came up because, changing names and stuff. Now, what we want to do is we want to test the server-wide side of things. So this is why we're on a special server, because the hub server has a special status where any /pull commands in it are just going to be the Discord-wide pulls. So we have our secondary server that can also do /pull commands, but it'll be supporter commands. So in order to use /pull command line, you have to link it. You have 5 links remaining. Would you like to link? Yes, I would. Success. Anyone with managed server. Let's see if it actually works. Pull Q. No. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, actually, that might just be with that problem. Let's see. Pull add. Reached a maximum number of 10 pulls. Try removing some. Okay. I think... Definitely glitchy. Because obviously, if we take a look in the database, there's, no pulls. So, but it has initialized it properly. If we go to server data, we should see that supporter ID, that's my ID. Supporter level, that's the pro supporter thing. Server poll hasn't been sent yet. Default time. This is the channel. All good and dandy. So it just seems it was just like a weird error. Time loop get current time is not a function. But it is. Maybe I changed that name too. Time loop. Is it plural? Oh, I changed that name to get time table. Damn, alright. Yeah, shame on me for changing the names of stuff. Get current times is not that. It's get timetable. That should fix the Q command, hopefully. And because, we're using a database, we should just be able to test it again. There we go. Cool. So, no polls, it's all blank. Sounds good, but if we add a poll, still thinks that we have more than 10 somehow. So, let's check that if statement that I added. I must have implemented it so wrong somehow. Let's see. Add. So, not Discord wide. Check if it's going over the maximum number of polls. So, let current support equal supporter roles, supporter level, -1. So it'd be 2 minus 1. Wait, would it? Hold up, what's the supporter stuff? We need to cross-reference real quick. Some of these songs are really quiet. It's odd that they go in and out like that. Yeah, level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. So it seems to have identified my level 2 before my level 3, which is fair enough because it's in the order basic then pro. And I think I have both of these roles, I'm pretty sure. So it defaulted to level 2. That's fine. But should -1, and then it should be, this level. So cross-reference. So level 2 -1 in get supporter roles. Get supporter roles is synchronous. We shouldn't have to wait for it. And it should return this. Okay. And then current support.polls is greater than or equal to... Okay. I just did that completely wrong. If poll queue length... it's literally just the wrong order. Just flip it. If the poll queue length is greater than or equal to the limit, then do it. Don't do the opposite way. That's just gonna break it. Let's try it again. That should fix our issues. /poll queue. There we go. /poll add. We can add some polls. Hello, smiley. 1, 2. By me. Confirm the demo poll. Hello, 1, 2. By me. Server-wide poll. Yes. And it errored at some point. When did it error? Time loop 184. Oh, because it hit 8 p.m. Oh, okay. So we actually got cut short because it hit 8 p.m. and it does the new hour. Seems to have run the new hour and then it errored at some point within it. So let's hotfix that as well. Time loop 184. 184. So check if... Oh, this is what I was writing today. I literally wrote this a few hours ago. If server data.support ID and server data.server poll time times, pretty sure it's plural. I think that's the issue. Is it? God damn it, it is. Alright. That should fix that issue. Oh, the plurals and everything. Okay. Should be good. If we do /poll queue, it didn't add properly, so errored before we could. Let's steal this. Steal that. Confirm. And now we have the new poll. Poll added. This poll is queued to be posted on undefined. I haven't coded the timestamp generator, but it would be there. That's in the to-do list. That's one of the kind of thought-needing ones, because it's kind of difficult to maintain an offset and stuff. But we have a poll 1. And I'm pretty sure we could do poll view 1. It errors. Okay, fair enough. Haven't tried it yet, so good to check. 197. Poll row dot what the dot server polls? Server polls. I think this is just super outdated. That's why we went through some changes with names and everything and how stuff is run. So I think maybe that broke somewhere down the line. Let's take a look. Okay, so view poll is poll handler dot get poll position 1. All that. It actually didn't error in there. It errored in poll handler. Right here. Okay. So, if there's a server ID, it should get poll row, which is in poll queues, server ID. And then it should return poll row dot poll data. You know, the thing it's actually called. And that should fix that. It's all just been a bunch of name inconsistencies. Or maybe not. Let's see. Message embed title must be a string. Did I forget a title for one of these? Did I really? Interaction create poll handler 13. Poll handler 13. Okay. Let's take a look. Poll handler 13. Set title. Yeah, set title. Poll-table.question. So it must have gone something that doesn't exist. What was the database say? Poll queues. Definitely has a question. It also has null, which is good. It should always have null if there's no poll running. It's a bop. And it does have a question. So maybe I forgot to pass in the poll table at some point. Poll embed for view. Get poll embed. Poll. Okay, it gets the poll. Gets it right here. I wonder why it errors though. Gosh, I love this music. I haven't heard this one in the lo-fi playlist yet. It definitely errors though. It knows that there's a poll there. And poll does exist, or else this would have ran. Right? Pretty sure. Poll 483. Yeah, the error's right here. So poll does exist. It did get something. I don't know what it got, but it got something. And it should return the poll object. And then if we pass in the poll object, it should properly work. So we might have to do a console log. Because it said the message embed title must be a string. So I guess it wasn't a string. Let's see. Console.log poll. Maybe I'm passing in the wrong object somehow. It'd be easy enough to test though. Poll view 1. Alright. It's a promise. Okay, I see. That basically means we need to await. We await. Poll pull. Yeah, get pull is asynchronous. So we have to wait for it. Because it calls the database, and the database might take some time. So we don't want to just continue without knowing that we have it. So that should fix that. /pull view 1. Boom. Hello. View pull. Below is the pull currently at position 1, which will send. And then I would say when it would send. Haven't been implemented yet, but is what it is. Let's double check. Yeah, I'm just double checking that it knows that there aren't any. Oops. Pressing the up arrow. There aren't any like other polls. It's not going to try to access something that doesn't exist. There's no polls at 0 or 2, which is correct. All good. Cool. Yeah, so that works. Fix that up. What else? What were we in the middle of doing? We were going to do... Oh, we were going to just test server commands in general, I think. So... What else can I test that? So we have server commands and everything. I was going to test the config. Porter config. It doesn't say that there's, that you have to link support. It says I linked my support. That's true. Look, there I am. Wow. Yeah, that should be good. We haven't coded this. This would error, I'm pretty sure. But this has been coded. Supposedly. Supposedly has been coded. Dot contains. Yeah, it was supposed to be dot includes, I believe. Config 227. We used dot includes earlier. So 227. Oh, we're literally right there. Okay. Dot includes. Something like that. Includes. Doesn't even say it's a anything. But hopefully that's a proper function. We can hope and pray that it's doing as it should. Let's open up Discord again and try it. Config. Porter config. Full times. There we go. Cool, look at that. So the server pull time is 5 p.m. or the 0 hour mark. So you can open this up and you can select a bunch of hours. Let's do every single hour. Let's do every single hour there is. We need to really test this bot very well. Oh god. Alright, yeah. Okay. It's good. Alright, we have every single hour here. Oh, Jesus. But, I mean, it's accurate, right? That's every single hour. Sends at 5 p.m., 6, 7, 8, 9, blah, 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 and all the way up to 4 p.m. So that works. And then we can save changes. Get an error, we can exit. Boom. And now, if we were to go into pull queue, this one says it's going to send on the 18th, and then this one says it's going to send on the 19th. Interesting. Okay, so 18th and 19th. Well, obviously... Oh, I guess these are kind of difficult. So there's some difficulty in this, is in that we don't know the time zone of the current person. We just can't. It's not even allowed in Discord. So we might have to use timestamps here. We might have to do that. Which, I mean, isn't a bad thing. That isn't very bad. If we, like, hover over it, it would say, oh, the exact time it's gonna send. Cool. So, yeah, and then I think I would be able to integrate the timestamp getter that I'm already making. So you know what? I think that works pretty damn decently. So, it's definitely inaccurate right now. Because we have 24 different times it's going to send today, and technically, if you're looking at Pacific time, it's going to send 3 more times today, if you count midnight. But we're on the 18th. So we need to do timestamps, and we need to do something like, if you don't know what it is, something like this. I think it's a capital D? Something like that. Not exactly that. I'm pretty sure there's a... Is it lowercase? Yeah. Lowercase d, and when you hover over it, it shows the time as well. So this right now is Unix time, 0, start of Unix time in my local time zone. I swear there's one where there's just like a 2 dang year. I was looking at it earlier today too. Let me see if I can find it. Discord, docs, reference, timestamps. Should be, and I'll open it up for you. Should be in here. They got their reference in here. Yeah, it's right here. So they have this date. That looks like the only thing they have, though. They don't actually have a shortened year. Man. That kind of sucks. That makes it kind of unnecessarily long. But I don't think there's any workaround for that. Unless we just did, like, the time, but then that kind of doesn't make sense. Because the date's more significant, I guess. Because you know what time it's going to send, and it might be confusing reading all the times and it's repeating. It's like, okay, it sends at 6 p.m. And all of them say 6 p.m. It's like, oh, okay, I guess they all send at the same time. No. But yeah, this actually looks like our best option. Timestamp with D in it. So, that should be easy enough, though. Should be easy. So we can do that. We have our D, and that does that. We just have to calculate the timestamp, and in order to do that... yucky, but... I was already programming that earlier. We have our get pull timestamp right here. Isn't that handy? It only changes... I appreciate the follow. Fleorx. I hope I pronounced that right. Right now it only, like, sends just, like, the normal time. It doesn't have that :D right here. Right there. But we could probably add that. Maybe we can have, like, an append parameter. Relative position, append. Let's do date format. And let's just add it at the end. You said yeah, okay. I'm glad I got it right. Date format. If we had, like, date format right there. And you know what? Let's just turn this into a literal, I think it's called. This is literally pain. Do something like that. And then when I figured out about literals, oh man, so nice, because it just saves a bunch of space and you don't have to use pluses. So this is basically a string, but it just, you know, anything within here is a literal. It literally evaluates that and puts it in the string. Well, that's nice and dandy. We should have t, and then we should have a colon date format. Would it break if there's no date format, though? Let's see. Because right now, if it was empty, it'd be like that. And it does break. Okay. So we actually have to check if we need a colon or not. Because that's the default. And we want a possible colon D. Colon D. Damn, this is loud. I wish there was an equalizer. I need to equalize this audio at some point. I'll get to that eventually, though. I'm just a wee streamer. I can't do everything. But yeah, we just need to figure out if we need this colon here. Or we can insert the colon D in the date format, but that kind of sucks. But maybe it doesn't. Not that bad. Honestly. Not too bad. So let's try it out. We just need to make sure everything that uses get poll timestamp is now using the proper variables. Because now there's a third variable. Date format's in the middle of it. So we need to stick null in between these. But for Q, wherever the hell it is, Q, there it is, nice. For Q, instead of doing the date, we're gonna have to get the actual timestamp. Where does it add the actual timestamp? I think right here. Oh my god, yeah. It might actually be way better just doing the timestamp. Saves a lot of math. You see all this? All of this is math that's kinda unnecessary. We're just like basically calculating the actual days ourselves when we don't actually really need to. We could just do literal. A literal full handler dot get full timestamp. Relative position would be I, because they're numbered from 1 to 10, or actually, is it 1 to 9? No, it's 1 to 9, yeah. So I equals 1 would be the relative position 1. Date format would be colon D, or a happy face. And then server ID would just be whole, actually server data dot, oh, server data exists though. It needs to account for both server-wide and Discord-wide polls. That's why I'm kind of iffy. Like, is there a server-wide? There's no Discord-wide ID. Not exactly. So, what do we put in server ID then? Do we have a server ID? Do we have server data? Server data equals that. Okay. Interaction.yield. Okay, yeah. So we should have the server data. And if it is a Discord-wide poll, then it doesn't really matter because we already have... Well, actually, it does kind of matter. We're just gonna have to check if it's Discord-wide or not. It's kind of annoying, but, you know. Whatever. Wait, then what's the point of server? I think I was trying to do pull row.server ID. And that's what I was trying to get the null from, because it's null for Discord. So we have a pull row, don't we? Yeah, we have a pull queue. And we should have a pull row as well, right? Let pull row equal. Yes, okay, so we have a pull row. The pull row should have the server ID with it, or null. And those are the exact parameters that we need for our function. Which I lost. Here? Here, okay. Pull row.server ID. There we go. And that should do good. It should do what's intended. Should make a timestamp once it's coded, of course. It should make a timestamp for that. And that's literally all it needs to do, because day is no longer being used. And we don't need any of this. So yeah, we just completely shorten that with a nice function that we are, you know, going to create. I'm gonna create off stream because it's kind of a little difficult. But it should work right now for Discord wide polls. It should, because we already coded that. I already coded that. I was doing it. I did off stream. I say we did it when, you know, we actually did something on stream. I gotta take credit where credit's due, right? Let's go to Discord? Discord, yeah. Discord. Let's go to the server again. And let's do /pullq. I think I was looking at it, and you have to be set up. Although it's for Discord-wide polls, this server, we still need to have a setup channel in here for it to work. Just, you know, to make it not as difficult to keep track of. Like, there's not a million ifs, right? But pullq, we have a bunch of values here. We didn't save, did we? Did we? Oh no, I didn't restart the bot. That's probably why. Let's try that again. Alright. /pullq now. There you go. Ah, but it's like lumpy. Oh, that's annoying. You see that? Look at those pixels. That's one thing I don't like about it. And it's bright, and it's kind of like ugly. It does send exactly when it's going to send, though, which is nice. You can hover over each of these and be like, oh, okay, it's going to send at 5 p.m. Cool. But it's lumpy. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Now, the lumpiness isn't that bad, but it is there, and it doesn't look good. So is there any way to, I guess, get around that? Not really. I mean, is there? I feel like there isn't really a way to get around that. Also, I think this is all offset by 1. This should actually be sending tomorrow, or else it would have already been sent. So I think I included a -1 that doesn't need to be there. I just kept what was there before. I don't know why it was there, but you know, there we go. That should work. So that should offset it back to where it should be. But it's still gonna be lumpy. Which is very sad. That's the proper time. Oh, that's disappointing. There's no way to, like, 2-string this because it's a client-side thing, and we are server-side, so we actually can't really see that. Discord doesn't expose it to us, at least. So we have a few options. One option is to make the question new line under it. That would make it 2 times longer, but it would negate the lumpiness because, you know, the question would start at the same spot. It really only, you know, matters where things start, right? Because if the question starts here, but it's up here a little bit, you know, then it just looks bad. But if they all start here, and it doesn't really matter that these are lumpy or one question's longer, it doesn't really matter. But you're back. You realized you had to do a post lab as well. Damn. Wait, then why are you back then? Were you actually that close to being done? Damn. I mean, good on you. Well, unless you're just, you know, procrastinating, but glad to see you back. You were just changing things around. It is kind of satisfying scrolling over this. Wow. Look at that. That's pretty satisfying. But you did do it. Damn. Man, imagine having an essay that's almost done. And a post lab, whatever that is. That's cool. Hell, it takes me freaking 6 hours to get 500 extra words on my essay because I don't know what else to write. That was me on Tuesday. But we're using this function now for the queue, which is much nicer, but we do need to alter the queue a bit. Because it's lumpy, and we don't like lumpy. So instead of doing a space, let's do a new line. See how that looks. It's gonna be a lot longer. Like a lot longer, but it might look better. You've been writing essays all day. Ugh, God. Yeah, your eyes are beginning to hurt. Hey, I mean, you might want to go to bed early tonight or something. I don't know. I don't know what time zone you are, but most people are Eastern, and it's kind of 11:30 p.m. But yeah, it's weird how like everyone's Eastern time. Unrelated, but like, why does everyone live in the East Coast? Like, come on now. West Coast is the best coast. And then actually, when I stream later, I actually catch a few Europe folk people over there, but no school tomorrow. Nice. Oh, because you have strep throat. Oh, not so nice. But hey, at least you get to sleep in. I hope you get better though. That's not fun at all. Did I rerun the bot? I have no clue. Yeah, I did. Okay, so now we get something like that. Honestly though, we might be able to like remove the numbers that don't have any poles in them. Like, maybe we should just keep 1 and 2. And then, like, 3 through 9 just are blank unless a poll's added. Or we just add spaces, but it's gonna be a long-ass embed. It already looks ugly right now. Yeah, I think we might actually just want to only do as many as there are polls in the queue. So let's code that real quick. That should be really easy. Should be really easy. Yeah, if there is a number. Otherwise just break. So if a poll queue doesn't exist, then it just doesn't add anything past then. But it should still add the next time that it would send. So if you were to add a pole, you would know exactly when it's going to send before even adding it. But let's see how that looks, at least. It should remove a lot, yeah. Now we get something like that. It does look kind of misleading, though. It's like, oh, is this 1 or is it 2? And then what is this? It's like, oh, God. I hate that that happens. I mean, we could add a new line below it. Or we can make it fields. That's a possibility. There's a few ways to go around things. Like, stats right now, if you look at it, these are fields. You can tell because they have a little bit of spacing between them. That kind of indicates that it's a field. These two are description. This is just a new line. So not much spacing, quite a bit of spacing. So if we made it a field, it might look better, but then again, it's going to be a bigger embed. So like, yuck. But it would, it would attach these two a lot better. Because the space between this and this is shorter than the space between this. So you can kind of tell, okay, these two are grouped together. But man, I don't really like doing that. I don't know, I just don't... It just looks weird. I liked when the question was right next to it. Now it just looks weird, but we can't guess the date. So the only way to make it accurate would be to do the timestamp. So we have to do this. This is like a have to. So I mean, this might be our only option. We could just remove this and only add extra questions when there are them. Which wouldn't be too bad. It'd just be kind of weird if there's nothing in the queue. That's basically it. It just always looks weird. I don't know. What can we change? So right now, it adds a question string still. Like, it doesn't check this beforehand. We could make it so it breaks if there's no questions. In which case we don't need this. And which also means we could just do that. Like that. Save that. That should remove the 2. I believe. I think. Oh, that removes all of them? What in the world? Why'd that remove all of them? Hold up. Shouldn't be removing all of them yet. Full num plus I should be 1 plus 1. Or 0 plus 1. Oh, if it does exist. Oh, if it doesn't exist, sorry. If it does exist, then don't do anything. No. Always the if statements are just the opposite of exactly what we need to do. Last poll queue. There we go. I think that's kind of nice. If we were to add another poll, we'll add test 3 smiley, and then like, I don't know, just the typical 1, 2, 3 by us. Discord wide poll, add all the options, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I mean, isn't that bad? I mean, let's say that works. I don't think we have to overthink it. It just works, you know? The one thing that doesn't work, however, is that if it goes over 9 polls, you won't be able to see the order of the ones after 9. Which is in my to-do list, so we're gonna have to program that at some point, but somewhere in here. Pull add/pull cube pages, yeah. That's in my to-do list. But I'm really liking how we're, making this one function do a lot of stuff, because that just makes it so much cleaner. We don't have to freaking replace a ton of code. Because replacing code really sucks. Well, replacing code with a function is really nice. But having to replace a bunch of code in a bunch of different areas really sucks. So, get pull timestamp is freaking pulling its weight. We just have to... I just have to code this eventually, which might be tonight. I might do some VR chat tonight. I don't know. Haven't gone on for a little bit. Oh, and if you are following like the YouTube side of things, if you're interested in that at all, there is, if you know the Yakuza Streets video I made, there's another citywide patrol happening Saturday, and I'm gonna be a civilian in it. So you know how I was a officer in the Yakuza video, I'd be a civilian in this video. I got some plans. I got plans for what that's gonna be. Hopefully it works out. It might not though. Sometimes there's just not like good content. Unfortunately. Maybe I get paired up with a bad person, but we'll see how it goes. I'm waking up at 11 a.m. to do that. Which doesn't sound late, but I usually wake up at 1 or 2, so So what do we need to do now? What were we doing? I mean, we got the timestamps working. Pull queue's pretty nice now. /pull commands should all be working. Are we doing something in time loop? Perchance? Instead of using backup? I don't know. Let me go through the to-dos. Save pull num, update servers. Only accounts for... Yeah, we actually don't really have that much more to do. Like, if we look at it, it's not that much. Let's take a look. Export tree, there it is. Okay. Like, I was looking at it, we only have 13 to-dos, and 4 of those to-dos requires modals, which I labeled with the M. So we only have 9 things to do, and a lot of them are pretty minor. Like, getting the server pull timestamps. That's just, a quality of life thing. We could literally just remove that, and it would be completely fine. It's just nice to know when a pull's gonna send. Adding the check for a server-wide pull. Oh, yeah, we could do that. That one, I labeled it as 3, but I think it might actually be kind of a 2. It might be kind of easy. This is read-only. Then we just have to make this, which I'm actually almost done with too. And then pull queue pages we'll have to do eventually. Supporter config pages, those actually work. We just have one more page. I just have to figure out how to get all the channels, which is kind of difficult because there's only a maximum of 25 channels. And there's no channel selector. And there's no way I can ask for a channel ID without modals. So, guess I'll die. No. So I've been kind of putting that off too. That's why that's the last thing that we're doing in /config. What else? How long has this been in the making? uh 5 months. I think I started it like 7 months ago, but then I rewrote everything just to be nicer. I don't know. I forget. I think in September of last year I started it, and then I just restarted it in December of last year or something, or November. I don't know. But we're getting really, really close. The deadline to do all this stuff, by the way, April 31st. So we have a month and a half to finish all this. And when I say finish, I mean there's a lot of could-dos. The to-dos, a good bit of them are kind of optional, but they're kind of really nice to have. Do all those, and then stress test the bot. It is really nice to be almost finished with this. This is all I've been doing coding-wise for like the past few months. And it doesn't even seem like much. Like, I look at it, I'm like, okay, this is just a bot that sends polls, and it has poll adding commands. Like, not that difficult, but like, I don't know, I learned JavaScript for it. Maybe that's why it was difficult. But yeah, we're pretty close. We just have to do that. Eventually, I will add an invite to this just beta bot, so you, like, anyone who wants to stress test the bot can add it to their server and, you know, try to spam it, do whatever the hell you want with it. Try to get it to error, because once it's out in the wild with freaking, it's got 800 servers right now. Ooh, that'd kind of suck if it broke. That would really suck. But at least it's maintainable. But what can we do now? We have a few small to-dos. We could probably get those done. The small to-dos are pretty easy. Saving the poll number and saving the poll queue if the backup poll is used. Yeah, we could probably easily do that. I've been putting that off for a while. Take a look. Time loop. So, where would that be? I was working on this a bit earlier. This is kind of just a bunch of embeds I need to send. But basically, you know, if you are a supporter and then you know, cancel supporting, then you get a 24-hour minimum buffer before, you know, all the polls are deleted. And it has to check like every 24 hours. It can't just automatically know, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess it could, but like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like a hawk in the sky being like, hey, or the bot to be a hawk in the sky. That'd kind of suck. But scroll, I think, yeah, it's right here. So save poll number, save poll queue. So right now, the bot, you know, it should increment everything up, but while I was testing, I didn't add this poll number because, you know, I don't want to have to add polls every single time I want to test it sending a poll. So it should right now never go to the next poll. However, obviously we kind of need to do that in production, so I could add an if. I could do a thing like this. I could do a client.token equals config.tokens.main token. I could make it so if it's running on the main bot or the main token, it only does that. Which I think I'll do for now. I mean, might as well. So we just have to save the poll number. Database.get, or actually update row bot data, find column ID 1. Okay, I keep missing it. I keep pressing backtick, and Is there any other values that have to be updated for that? I think there's one value. What is it called? I added it for the, like, in case the bot goes down and misses an hour, I added last logged hour. Add that. So, does that ever increment? Yeah, it does. But it increments here for some reason. Which it doesn't really need to do. Let's just remove that. We can basically just add it up here, because it's literally about to do the same exact thing. So last logged hour equals current hour, and then we also want the current poll to equal what do we want to equal? Poll num plus 1. Yeah. Unless we actually already added to poll num. Did we ever do that? Did we ever do a poll num plus equals? Yes, we did. Ooh, that's cheeky. You see that? That would have screwed us up. No. Well, it would have. Poll num. So we already increment it, so we don't have to increment it again. It's already added. I should update all that. And then the only other thing that we'd have to update is if a backup poll was used, in which case we have to update the poll queue. Because it didn't use a poll that was already in the queue. It used a poll that was a backup, I guess. How might I add that in? I mean, I think it's literally just this. We still have to do this, though. So right now it's coded, hard-coded that you just, like, add your own poll. But, like, instead of doing that, I don't know, I kind of want to take a poll from earlier, because we have so many polls. We have, like, 400, but yeah. Going to sleep, have a good afternoon. It's nighttime over here, but I hope you sleep well. Appreciate you for stopping by again. Twice in a row. We're definitely gonna get this bot done eventually. Eventually. Maybe, hopefully within like a week or two so we can start testing it. If they release modals, if discord.js would do anything. No. Yeah, so if there was no poll queue, we have to, like, add it to the poll queue. Like, we literally just set something in the poll queue. So I guess we have to override it. Where do we use poll queue? Hit poll results for a poll number. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really use it that much. Okay. So it should already update up there somewhere, but yeah. You enjoy these streams. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I can be somewhat entertaining to listen to. I don't know. I don't think I would listen to myself. I am just talking about code, and that's like one of the most boring things that some people think, but hey, at least I don't know. At least I'm doing stuff. I'm being productive, you know? Let's update poll queues with server ID null because it's corrupting Discord wide, and then and then poll queue. So up there we would have added something to the poll queue, but it wouldn't actually update the database because it was just a thing that we took from the database, so we have to put it back into the database. But that should be it. That's the to-do. So we got that one knocked off. The list gets smaller. And I don't know, what else is there? What else might we want to do? That's kind of outdated now. Maps tree. Oops. Crap. Span tree, sorry. And then export. Because you can't really see this. I don't want to just disable the chat, but let's see. Get server pool timestamps. Add a check for reaction if it's on a server-wide poll. That might be doable. I might be able to do that. Let's have a go at it. We're gonna try. Okay. We shall try this. So, there are two different types of polls. There's a Discord-wide poll, and there is a server-wide poll. How do we tell one over the other? Well, we'd have to get the server queue. You have to get the server queue beforehand. Poll queue. Or hell, server? Yeah, server queue. Server queue equals... Let's just copy this down here. All of that, and then it'd be... reaction dot guild? What? Double check the reaction documents. I don't know exactly. Discord.js.org. I don't know what's in the reaction docs. So let's see. Documentation. Take a look. Reaction. So we get a reaction from... I think it's a message reaction. So reaction.message.guild probably. Yeah, .guild. Okay, that sounds good. .guild ID. Might as well just do .guild. I don't really want to change that. It just feels weird doing .guild ID instead of .guild.id. But oh, we actually literally do that right up here, and I literally did not even look at it. Okay, interesting. I don't know why I do that, but I'm gonna make it like that. Literally did not have to look it up. It's right there. Okay. So we get the server data, and we get the server queue. Well, actually, we wouldn't have to get the server queue if we know something in server data. So we're trying to min-max our database calls, because we don't want to call the database a million times for a freaking reaction, which, you know, a user can react a million times, right? So we need to check server data dot supporter ID. So if there's a supporter, then there is going to be a server queue. If there isn't, then there's definitely not going to be. So they kind of, you know, go hand in hand. So if there's no supporter ID, which we already have, then we don't even have to bother trying to get the server queue. But here we can check. So if reaction.message.id equals server data.message.id, or it equals the server data dot, what is it called? Server data dot server poll message ID. Okay. Server poll message ID. So if it equals this or it equals this, then we do the vote counting. Obviously, we're going to have to change quite a bit of stuff in here as well, but let's just see. So we have the server queue. Server queue won't have that information. Actually, we don't even need to get server queue. Yeah, we don't even have to get server queue in here, huh? Kind of unnecessary. Let server data. Yeah, so it's unnecessary because we already know the pull message ID. So we just have to check if firstly it exists. We need to double check that server data dot server pull message. I guess just supporter ID. So if there's a supporter, that means there has to be a message ID. I mean, I guess we might as well make it less confusing. So if there is a message ID, then check if that message ID equals the reaction. If it does, we will do something. What are we going to do? We are going to... Well, we're going to have to know which one of these it is. So let's take a look. If reaction.message ID equals the server data message ID, server data message ID, then it's a Discord wide. So what do we do in that case? Either way, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this line, right? So we just need to make sure if it is a Discord wide pull, this will return null. Otherwise, it will return the server ID, which we know from here. God, it's kind of confusing. Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to save it a little bit later, but I think it should be easy enough. So server ID, might as well freaking put this up here, actually. Let server ID equals that. Server ID. Don't need all that. Okay. So server ID equals this. However, if it is a Discord-wide poll vote, we could completely disregard server ID. Set to null again. If it is a server-wide poll, then it'll go into here. So we're going to get the poll queue of that. And then, I guess, poll num. Where are we using poll num? Current poll. I mean, current poll and poll queue. Alright, so we already, this was made a little bit ago, so I don't think we actually had, like, get poll at the time. So we're definitely gonna have to use get poll, because get poll gets the poll number, and it does it, and it, accounts for server polls as well. So we should be able to just completely remove that, almost. Remove all of this, almost. Say almost, because we're going to need the poll queue to overwrite the data later. But that's like literally the only point where we use it, which is actually kind of similar to what we're doing up here in time loop. Pretty damn similar, huh? I mean, where did we do that? Poll queue. Yeah, we just need to get the poll queue just to have it so we can overwrite it later, basically. So, how do we get the poll queue? We're just going to have to get the server ID. That's definitely going to have to happen. And then we don't need poll number. We just need the current poll, which can go through get poll. Poll handler. I think we have poll handler. Yeah. Poll handler. dot get poll. Current poll, which is 0. And server ID, which is server ID, or it's null. So we're totally min-maxing like how much space we're using because we're trying to count for both Discord and server polls here. So right now we have a server queue or a Discord queue, and a server poll or a Discord poll. So then it checks the poll object and makes sure that the reaction exists. If it does, then it gets the vote row, which is also going to be a server ID thing. It's the vote data in there. If the vote data does that, blah, blah, blah. This act's pretty easy. I think we might just have to do server ID all over here. Server ID, server ID, server ID. We have poll queue, so that overwrites this properly. Current poll. Properly adds the results. Yeah, I mean, that should be good. The one thing I worry about, which I don't know if it's a worry really, but like, it would kind of suck if 2 people voted at like exactly the same time and it activated this twice. And like, you know, it gets the poll queue down here, but then it has to await like a vote log thing. It would suck if like one of the votes got sucked up into like being overwritten by the older poll queue, right? I don't know if that's a concern I have to be worried about. I'll have to see. I mean, the way I'm going to see is that if I take a look at vote logs, which will always be accurate, because actually, no, it wouldn't. So vote data's also grabbed here. Oh god. Yeah, that would kind of suck. Like, it gets vote row, it goes through this, but another one gets vote row, and it's not updated the row yet. That would kind of suck. But that might not be a concern. I'll have to see. It can be difficult to see, but I will have to see. But yeah, I think that's literally it, huh? Current poll dot results. Vote data user ID. Vote logs server ID. Yeah, I mean, I think that's literally it. That should be good. Wow, we knocked out, I think that's literally one of the biggest. Yeah, that is the biggest thing that we had to do. That should be all good. Just have to test it. So let's try testing it. Oh, it might be difficult though, because we're gonna have to do like a new hour, and like might be wonky. We'll have to see though. Let's just try. I might have to test in my off time because it might take a little while to fix all the tiny little bugs, but let me see. So let's double check the state of the bot like right now. So state of the bot is that we have 3 test commands. We go over to the other server. Our support is linked there. Timestamps, of course, I haven't implemented it, so undefined is, you know, actually a proper value. For now. And there's no current poll. If we double check config, it actually did not save our server poll times. I wonder why. Let's try that again. So let's select literally every single one of them. which we can do. The bot does support that. Boom, 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 boom. Selected all of them. There we go. Save changes. Exit. And let's double check. Okay, so it doesn't properly save, it doesn't look like. I think this is actually a really easy fix, though. I think I literally just forgot to add the extra option. Also, that Bakumatai in the background. I think I literally just forgot to add it. Where's the save? Save. Database. Database? Wait, so what does it save? Database.update row, pull offset with server data.pull offset. This is if figure. Okay, then it just goes down here, right? Right? And then it updates the row with pull offset, role ID, permission. Okay. Yeah, this is where I forgot to add it. So this is the one that saves all the options that have changed. I just didn't include the server pull times. The server data server pull times. Server pull times. There we go. Add that space there. Just fix that. And there's also the server pull channel ID with server data server pull channel ID. That hasn't been implemented yet, but I'm pretty sure the variable exists. Does it? Yeah. Yeah, we've been referencing it. Okay. Yeah, so that variable exists, so we're going to overwrite that eventually if it ever changes, which it hasn't yet. But we will. And that should fix the not saving the times issue. So hopefully we should now be able to /config and save all the times. Oh, it's so annoying when it like expands. That's so off-putting. And they say they don't want message inputs in a moving chat. Come on now. This moves the chat. Like, what in the world? Okay. So we got that. Save changes. Exit. /config. Forward to config. Boom. There you go. So we have every single living time known to man. Every hour. We could double check the database too, just to ensure that it's formatted properly. Server data. Yep, that that looks good to me. It shouldn't save as strings though. I think it's saving incorrectly, because it really doesn't need to save as strings because it's completely pointless. So how might we change that? Let's see. It turns to response.values. Response.values is a bunch of strings. So response.values. God, I don't know. Let's look it up. Change array of strings into numbers. JavaScript. Let's see. Oh god, it's bright. Okay. Light warning. Might blind your eyes. Okay. So array of strings dot map string to return number of string. And that's array of numbers. Okay, so it's just a map and it does that. Cool. Easy enough. So dot map String, arrow, return number string. And I think we have to set it. I think we need an equals, right? Brave number. Yeah, we do. Okay. We gotta do this. That should save it as a bunch of numbers instead of strings, and that will make things a lot easier and actually save a decent amount of space. Yeah, is there anything else? I mean, we could probably just make this one line too. Would that work? Would that work? No. Maybe? I don't know, let's try. I don't know if that would work. A lot of me guessing, I don't know. Let's see. Config. Supported config. Server pull times. Oh, it actually didn't select them all by default. I think because they're strings instead of numbers, which is why. Yeah, so let's just do the 0 hour. 5. Save changes. Did an error. Did it edit it properly though? Let's see. Check that database. Server data. Yeah, it did. Wow. Okay, cool. So you don't even have to have the return. It just automatically assumes that it's returning that value. Neat. So we don't need extra stuff in our code. So that should all work now. If we just like go back, we could save 4 different hours. Should save all of them. Save changes, exit, go back, /config. It should have them all selected. Just like that. There we go. They're all default values now. Man, that is satisfying. It's so nice to have something that like actually works and it's like doing stuff and doesn't break. This is my 18th stream doing this, by the way. 18. I'm glad we got places. I'm glad we're doing stuff. I don't even remember what the first one was about. I wonder what we were doing. I have all the VODs up. Maybe I could look at that at some point. But yeah, all these values are default. You could select any of them, do all that. You could deselect all of them, I believe. Select at least one. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you have to have at least one. Well, you don't have to. I mean, it would be nice if you could, like, remove them all. Maybe. I mean, then that'd just have to be another edge case. I guess for now we could just have one, but it would be kind of nice if you were able to just remove them all and just have no pull sending for a little bit, and then you can, like, you know, change it later down the line, but yeah, it seems good. Nice. We got config working. We should... I'm gonna have to test the... Or actually, no, let's test it right now. It's running, right? /pollqueue. Undefined hello. Okay, so if we do /... Oh, we have to do it in here. We do /dev new hour 1, which should be the hour that our poll is sent to send. Could run it. And it should have sent in here, I would think. Let's seem to have. Let's double check what's going on in the database. Server data should be 1, right? Yeah, server pull times 1. Maybe we're using the wrong function. Let's take a look. Let's see. So, config, let's save that. Time loop, and we go to where it sends the server pull, right here. So if server supporter ID and server data.server pool times includes hour. Includes hour. I think this might be returning false because it doesn't know this function. Let me double check. Let's see. JavaScript array. There we go. Spooky. I actually like this. I mean, I don't like the orange and black, kind of Halloween-y, but okay. So we have a bunch of methods right here. Includes. Term is whether an array includes a certain value among its entries, returning true or false. So why wouldn't it... What are we comparing it to? It includes hour. What is hour? Hour. Yeah. And we passed in the hour 1. So it should have gone through. It should have went through here. Unless it can get like all the servers correctly. It might not have. We might have to double check that. But it should have gone through here. If not, a server continue. That would block it from getting over here. Server should be available. And server data should have a supporter ID. And server pool time. Dot includes hour. Yeah, so it should be dot includes. I don't know. Let's try printing all servers real quick. Just to see. All servers. Because I might have broken the get all servers thing somehow, maybe. I don't know. We just have to double check. So let's see. Did I restart the bot? I think I did. So we have to do, yeah, dev new hour 1 again. Yeah, it didn't print anything. Let me restart the bot. Oh wait, yeah, it did. Yeah, so this is all the servers. This is server 1, this is server 2. It's an array, yeah. Server pool time 1. Yeah, they should all be working. Looks good to me. Let's cross-reference real quick. So we're looking at server data.supporter ID. That exists. Server data server pool times includes hour. Hour is 1. So it should be running this. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's like looking at this and maybe somehow it's wrong. Server data.server ID. We use server data.server ID a lot. We could just, you know, let server ID equal that. We'll copy the line. Equal that. And now just change server data.server ID. Let's make it a little more readable. Server ID. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Boom? No boom. I don't think we need this one. This one's only used once. And that's just server row. Wait, server row? Wait, then do we have server data? No, I probably just coded that wrong. Server row. There we go. Does this have server data? No. Probably should be server row as well. Okay, then how many places is there server data? Come on now. Be server row. Come on. Server row. Alright. That should be good. Just fixing things before I even know that they're issues. Yeah, so it seems like these might just not be sending. This checks if there's a pull active, because this is either null or not. And this should check if there's a new pull to send. But it doesn't, and it doesn't do anything when it sends it. So I don't know. I think I will get off now. I'll probably try to fix this a little later. I'll actually just also add a note, or I think bug is a thing? Yeah, bug doesn't send pull at hour it's assigned. So, label that. Even gets a nice little label down here. Let me do that. Look. It's got a little bug right there. Okay. But yeah. I'll probably do maybe some of this later. Something, I don't know. But got a lot of progress done. We're getting this to-do list down real quick. And we probably got this done as well. We were gonna try to test this, but we haven't been able to, but ooh, that was easy. We were getting close. So, I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, or morning. I will, as always, provide updates on cicadia.dev/hub. Spring break is now on for me, so I have a week and a half, kind of, to do stuff. So hopefully the bot will be done before I start the new quarter, before I get swamped with work again. But yeah, that should be about it. Just stay tuned on Discord if you're interested. Probably gonna stream sometime soon again. Probably not tomorrow. Maybe the next day. Well, actually, probably not the next day. Maybe the next day. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate you for stopping by, and we're gonna get a bot done soon.